All right, everybody, welcome back to the Apartment 83 podcast. Tom was going to say something. Get right into it.
I was going to say cello bases. But anyways, Sweet Home brought up a whole thing on using Apple, like, and Mac computers. Like, when you went to Sweet
district?
Home?
You mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you went to Glendale and Sweet Home, we were talking about Macs being, like, super good at not...
They're resistant to viruses and malware. They do get some malware, but viruses are very rare in Macs.
It's so crazy. And I've been using Macs since, like, elementary school.
Yeah, Glendale we had all the Apple IIe's or actually whatever predated that too. We had those, way back.
It's kind of mind blowing. In the high school they had Macs. It's just, I don't know. I love it. I love Mac products. Even I think we've talked about this.
We have. Like I remember, I want to say,
or Apples.
The high school. Well, Apples. Yeah, the high school was. I think at one point, Apple used to actually give discounts, like batch discounts, to school districts and stuff, so they could buy their products.
Yeah.
And that actually obviously has gone away. I mean, we're talking substantial. Like if you have a student discount now, it's like a couple $100 off of a $2,800 MacBook. It's something, but it's nothing.
Yeah.
But it used to be like substantial enough to make it worth that for the districts to get it. But I also think that was at a time.
And then Steve Jobs
after
passed.
Steve left Apple, and before he went back, that Apple was allowing other companies to clone them. You could buy an Apple clone. So you would see, you had PC-based machines that ran Apple. They ran Apple OS.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
You don't even remember that.
No.
Because that's a lot of what we used. Our machines that we had in the computer lab in Sweet Home, those were all... at least for a good portion of the time, those were all like Apple clones from another company.
With that weird, with the Apple right here in the front. And
they still had it. They were allowed to,
like from the movie Blank Check.
I don't remember what it looks like in Blank Check.
Oh shit! Never mind.
But probably, yeah. I mean, that was at a time before Steve came back. When they were, and that's actually when the company, I think that's when the company almost tanked, and they're like, oh, we need to save ourselves. And they're like, all right, get that guy back. And he turned everything around and said, nope, everybody pays full price, and no one's allowed to use our software anymore.
So the original Steve Jobs, damn.
What?
Nothing. Bummer. So Steve Jobs said no more.
Are you issuing a conspiracy theory to say that there were two Steve Jobs?
No, I was just saying.
Like, there's more than one Undertaker?
Who said that?
Oh, that was the thing for a while. There was people who used to say there was more than one Ultimate Warrior. That he was a person. He was somebody at first, and then he went away for a while. And when he came back, it was a different person. Those guys just took a bunch of roids, and that's why they look like different people when they came back. I don't know about Taker, but
why would they? Oh, wrestling.
Yeah. That there was always that fan fiction conspiracy theory that it was and whatever his name is, the actual Undertaker. I can't remember his real name. He's like, no, it's been me the whole time. I don't know. It's been me forever. I don't know what you're talking about. So it's one of those, like,
just older now.
What's the thing, the Berenstain Bear thing, the Mandela effect?
Yeah.
Where I used to remember when, and I'll get off of wrestling in a second. I don't know what, it just was a parallel that made sense to me. Back when Gangrel was a wrestler, so like late 90s, he was the guy who had the fake fangs. He was like, he was a vampire. He had the chalice and whatever, and he had the acolytes, which Edge and Christian. And I swear to God that they were identical twins. Never were. It was always just Edge and Christian. It was just the guys who were Edge and Christian for the entirety of their careers. I
totally forgot about that.
But I was adamant that they were identical twins. People were like, no, man, they were not. They're both tall, like lean, blonde guys, but they're not fucking. They're not identical twins. I'm so fucking positive. They're like, dude, they never were. It's just one of those. So
that's funny.
So I just
the acolytes.
So that's why, like, I'm pretty sure that they were Apple clones. I knew that Apple clones existed because by the time I got to college,
they're like Christian.
Right, yeah. But exactly. By the time I got to college, my first time around in in 97, when I fall of 97, right, is when I started on Trip. Their entire Apple lab was all Mac clones because they still existed. So I knew that was the thing that was available for a long time.
I want one with Oregon Trail.
That, like, going way back to, those old school designs, it's like, it was a floppy disk, 5 1/4. They had like a quarter megabyte of space on them, and you could still somehow write a program.
Yeah.
Where the little yak cart would go across the screen, probably this way if you're looking at that.
That's kind of mind blowing.
And it just, it was, how did we get on this? You started with Apple's not getting, is that just what you wanted to say at the start?
Oh, because when I booted up the computer, the thing, I think that just sparked a...
Yeah, it's like... so when iTunes says, you need to update, you're like, fuck you, I know it's iTunes. When your Flash player says, you need to update your Flash player, like, I'm not sure if this is legitimate. This might be some fake bullshit.
Yeah,
But
I don't trust it.
It's like 99% of the time
I don't trust it at all.
there's a reason that that Flash isn't support, or at least it used to not be. I don't know if it is now, and I just didn't notice. iPhones at first didn't support Flash.
Maybe I think I did.
It did not.
Or I think I did know that.
Oh, okay, yeah. At first, they wouldn't support. So they were like, if you didn't have the YouTube app, you couldn't go to your Safari browser and pull up YouTube,
Dude,
because it wouldn't allow Flash to work.
YouTube used to already be on.
It did, and so did Google Maps.
Yeah,
if you
I remember all of that shit.
Until Apple Maps came around,
I think we talked about this too.
and then so when I got my first when I got the Malibu at first, and I had this phone, the SE, I was on an older version of OS, and you couldn't. It would only recognize Apple Maps in the car. It wouldn't pull up Google Maps. It would only work through the audio. And then I switched to this guy and a newer OS, and all of a sudden, there's Google Maps, and it's available on your.
And it all works.
Yes, yeah. And now there's an update as well. If you update to 13, I think it is now. There's a new update for the Apple CarPlay where. So there's and then it'll help you too with your Volkswagen.
I know, it's so weird.
It's so like, you know how when say you're on the say you're pulled over, right, and you have your Google Map up or whatever your map is up, and then you go to your text message, it pulls that up to the screen. Now it'll allow you, if you're on the phone doing something, well, whatever is on that screen, it stays there.
Okay, sweet, yeah.
Yeah, just a couple little things like that where it gets annoying. Like,
that's so funny. That is so key.
Yeah. So
you know what else I feel like? I don't ever text and drive. I don't really often talk on the phone. I'll pop it on speakerphone and throw it in my lap or whatever. However, I do get upset with the music I'm trying to. So I'll be driving, right, and then I'll think of something that I want to listen to, and I'll go to find it, and I can't.
Yeah.
I hate that the search bar is at the top, and like while I'm driving and trying to search for a thing, which I feel like is bad. You think that's just as bad as texting and driving?
Any distraction, is bad.
Fuck.
And I'm not gonna say I haven't done it.
I like to pride in that.
I never do it when Nick's in the car, but if I'm like, all right, I'm on a side street, I'm rolling slowly, it's like, why don't you just pull over? I'm like, oh, all right, so I'll pull over, but you're trying to navigate and trying to see, and that's the thing. Text messages will pop up, right? And Siri doesn't always read it correctly with punctuation, so you don't always know. It doesn't indicate. There's no inflection at the end to say this is a question. It doesn't pull that into consideration.
You're a fan of Apple Play, by the way. Apple CarPlay.
I am a fan of Apple CarPlay. I think that Siri needs a lot of work. They're both in airplane mode, so it's okay. I think that Siri needs a lot of work. I think a lot of people think that because she and like Google Assistant and stuff are way more advanced.
Really? And what's crazy is she was first. Siri was
right.
first.
So you'd think that they'd be on top of the game.
I love you, Siri. I don't ever.
But it's like the intuitiveness of things. Like it doesn't. If you ever, and I was a huge fan of Star Trek Next Generation, they'd say, computer,
She made John Malkovich laugh.
What is the blah, 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 blah? And they'll go, and the computer will respond. And if you have a follow-up question, it still maintains the original question and answers and holds that and knows that you're following up with another question.
Yeah.
I would love it if, this is something that's been brought up as far as like the newest generation, the youngest kids, and how they're not going to be as polite as earlier generations because you ask your device a question, they give you the answer. You don't say thank you, and a lot of times you don't say please. If it's always listening. And it's that, hey,
that's my.
How was the weather in Buffalo, New York for today? And it tells you, and then you're like, thank you. And it would say, you're welcome. Like, that would be cool. That's reinforcing that. And if it's always listening, why would it not?
You're saying it's always listening. I wonder, will this work if you say hey and spell it out? Do you think she'll answer?
Hey, Alexa. No. I mean, maybe not this one. This is just a dot. So maybe one of the tower guys or
mom's husband has one.
Yeah,
and it's like we're like, hey Alexa, will you turn the light on? And I'm like, oh, shit.
It didn't do it though.
Oh, no.
It didn't do it though.
It's funny.
Like my Sonos One, the new speaker that's out there, that one has look on board.
Did it turn on?
No, she didn't. This is ridiculous. So I can set that up to be that thing, but then I'm like, all right, I use that specifically just to play white noise at night for Nick to fall asleep, and then I ask it what the weather is. If I'm out there after he goes to bed and I say, hey, play this only on this speaker, is that going to chain in? And even though that mic doesn't hear me, is it going to go okay because they're tied into the same thing?
I don't know, dude. I think on some occasions it does.
Because the account is tied, actually, it's Chelsea's. account. And so if I set that one up, I'd have to get my own Amazon Prime account. Which I could, but I'd rather not.
Well, I know sometimes like what the hell? There's a thing in the kitchen at my house, and sometimes like
is it a knife? Is it a cleaver?
No.
Is it a meat hammer?
No.
Oh, you just said a thing in the kitchen in your house. I didn't know.
We were on the same subject. I didn't want to say.
I was just being a dick.
Oh, fair enough. But there was I don't know what is it called? A dot? I don't know.
Yeah, like that.
It's like not a dot though.
It's bigger than the dot.
I think it's a Google thing.
Oh, a Google Home?
Maybe.
I think that's what it is.
But anyways, there's one there, and like sometimes it like turns on by itself, and I think it's just like from Tim trying to figure out what to watch.
I can see that being possible. I mean, I think you've been here before when that thing will just go off and say something out of nowhere, and nobody said anything to it. That definitely happens. And a couple years ago, there was that story that came out where people were using that specifically just for white noise for their kids, for their children, and there was something in it, and it had to be a programming thing, and I don't know if they figured it out, they solved the issue. No. Do you remember this?
No.
Where it would have this evil maniacal laugh that would just start out of nowhere at full volume.
What?
And it was terrifying little children.
Hey,
Google that. That you can Google.
How would I ask that question?
I would say maybe the name and then laugh. Laughing randomly, yeah.
Are you sure?
If it's not, if it's YouTube, we can't play it.
Oh, I saw it. I just saw the.
Yeah, they're all YouTube. They're always gonna be YouTube.
Can't we not put it on though?
I mean, you could not play the audio if you turn your keyboard all the way down. If you turn the audio all the way down,
it. That's all we can.
Because it's not gonna really notice the image. It's the audio that it looks for. I think.
I want to hear it laughing though. Oh.
Yeah, it probably would flag us.
Damn.
Yeah, it sucks.
Damn.
So you know what we do is we get another set of earbuds and you just plug it in and just hang on real quick. You put the one in. And you go, okay, all right, okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Everybody struggles with it with YouTube, but
it's crazy.
But yeah, it would have this maniacal laugh, this insane laugh, and it was terrifying little kids. And so Google's like, yeah, Amazon's like, we're not sure what's going on, but we're gonna figure it out. And
Sorry.
And that was like 2 years ago, I want to say. Oh no, actually, everything looks like middle of last year.
That's really funny.
Yeah, middle of last year. So, they must have figured. This thing again. It must have figured it out. But wait, go scroll back.
I bet
up where it says. No, because it'll say the first word is yes. Down. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So she'll laugh randomly. Yeah, see, they got a picture of a witch. Oh, you could probably play that. That's off of Instagram. Oh, that's short. No, it was like, I think maybe that was all that there was, but there was times where it was like, I don't know, it was, people were coming out saying, this is terrifying my kids and it's scary and it's waking them up. It'd have to be longer than that to wake up your kids, I think, but I don't know. Maybe a kid's a light sleeper. But anyway, so you can never be sure because they said over there, like, yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I bet somebody had to program that in there.
Well, it has to be because it doesn't do it on its own.
No.
Like,
however, what about the
AI doesn't exist to that level yet.
But didn't the two AI, artificial intelligence, start making a conversation, though?
Yeah, in a language we didn't understand.
Yeah.
But it was still extraordinarily basic. Like, it was beyond basic. Now, Joe Rogan talks about this often, where there's going to be a day, he's afraid, and I think he says that Elon Musk is afraid as well,
yeah.
that because of the rate at which technology advances and how quickly these things learn, once they do learn, once they get to, say, our level of intelligence, whatever that's supposed to mean, they could exponentially increase their level of intelligence over that in an extraordinarily short amount of time. And it's always going to want to replace itself and make itself better. So it's going to make better versions of itself, which will make better versions of itself, which will make better versions of itself. And in no time, and this is the theory how that works, in no time, they're going to be like, what the fuck do we need these meat bags for? It's going to be Bender from Futurama.
Yeah, right.
He's going to be like, what do we need you guys for? We don't need you for anything.
Oh, shit.
So
Terminator 2.
And that's why I
and 3 and 4 and 5.
I think it was Google that happened at with those two machines talking to each other.
That was FB.
Whoever it was, it's one of a few very powerful companies, very large, influential companies. They pulled the plug on them completely because they're like, we don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, they're
just like, we got to shut this down.
No thanks.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that'd be terrifying.
Yeah. So it's like I'm sure that's a Black Mirror episode. I've never watched any of them because I'm just too afraid. Well, first, I don't like shit like that. Everybody that watches that show says that it's fucking mind-blowing, and they actually had concepts come out before things happen in real life where you're like, holy shit, that's a thing? Like, it's... The writers on that show, because science fiction is always sort of ahead of the curve because you're just imagining what could possibly happen. It's the same kind of idea with The Simpsons. We're like, they're a time traveler. No, they're just really good at projecting trends. The other motherfuckers don't pay attention to trends. And that's what I think that is. But, the two machines start talking to each other. I think Joe joked once and he says, and the other one turned back on. They're like, really? He's like, I don't think so. Can you imagine? You pull the plug, you shut it down, and the machine turns back on.
And you're holding the cord, you're like, oh.
And then it's iRobot and Ex Machina again. It's just like, oh my God.
That would suck. iRobot.
Yeah. The way that it went, it definitely wasn't.
I liked that movie. It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad. I was pretty impressed by that Audi, the self-driving Audi.
Yeah.
That was neat.
I feel like that would happen soon.
I
drove by a Tesla the other day.
I see a lot more Teslas around, weirdly, in Buffalo. Not a huge market with a ton of money, but, you have enough people around here with some cash, and I see Teslas, and I go, oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah. Good for them.
I think I saw one of the Tesla SUVs, and I'm like, I don't love the body lines on those cars.
I don't like the inside of them,
but they're also
like sick.
But they're also insane. Yeah,
yeah.
That's what Joe's. It's like they're a fucking rocket ship. It's a spaceship. It doesn't make any sense. And of all the cars he's ever driven, he's been a muscle car head forever. He's like I think he's had the Tesla's his favorite.
I don't know.
He likes the sound of the engine and stuff. Like I said, 70 CUDA or whatever he had, and the Porsche 911 that he has or whatever, and he's just like, there's a mechanicalness to it. There's just like this right, and the electric thing's just like, okay, I'm faster than that car, by 100 times faster than that car.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So the electric car is faster.
The P100 blah 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 that he has, which is like the highest tier level one that they currently make,
so
does 0 to 60 in like 2.3 seconds.
So the Tesla is like just a full working actual car.
No engine. No engine at all. Teslas are 100% electric.
Huh.
And all the newer ones are there's two. So in the older models, it was a single engine, a single motor, electric motor, and it drove the rear wheels.
I want to hear a Tesla turn on and stuff, but I can't even do that.
You're probably not without it being up on YouTube, yeah. Unless maybe you went to Instagram and just looked up hashtags. That's probably not a terrible idea. That could work. It's up to you. But eventually they released models that had the two electric motors in it, so one for the front and one for the rear.
Mm-hmm.
There's some, I don't know if you've ever seen it. There's some blonde woman who I want to say is either Australian or she's from New Zealand, but she's always debuting these new cars. She's like, "Oh, guys, check this out! It's a new whatever," and it's
oh, that was pretty good.
It's pretty muddled. Like I don't know if she's New Zealand or if she's fucking Welsh or what. She's somewhere in there, right? And this was on TikTok actually. That particular company that she works for crossed over to TikTok as well. There was it's the fastest production electric car in the world. It's equivalent of 1,000 horsepower in electric motor.
Damn.
And it looks like a goddamn spaceship. It looks like an F1 race car, but that's a TIE fighter. It's so fucking like it's like an X-wing really that the wings don't open on. It's like the side vents that come in over the top of the back wheels actually come through completely the vehicle, and the rear brake light, it's just the ring that goes around the hole in the body.
And we're talking about Teslas?
No, this is Bugatti or something. It's not even a Tesla that makes this vehicle. I don't remember who it was, but the Roadster is supposed to do 0 to 60 in 1.8 seconds, I think.
I just want to hear it.
That's brake noise. You can't even. That's all road noise you're hearing. They don't even make noise. Oh, here we go. Oh, did that stop?
No, I exited out.
Okay.
I lost interest. I'm sorry.
Oh, it was going to take off. It was just about to take off.
I don't
goddamn
think
rocket
so.
ship.
See, I don't know. I don't like it.
It is weird. And that's the thing. Like the Toyota Yaris and the Mini Clubman and shit. All have the instrument cluster in the middle. That makes me fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
Oh, what the hell is this?
That's a sick looking steering wheel, though. Is that the Roadster? I don't know which one that is.
That is crazy.
See, now that's a way better body style. The other ones are, I don't know. They remind me of like.
See, this is okay. I like
Mazda
the
3.
instrumentation right here.
I want that cluster in front of my face.
Yeah,
but I
like
also
that.
like that tablet thing on the side,
I
too.
don't know, maybe cut the tablet in half.
I don't know.
Cut the
because it
tablet
does everything. I mean, that controls your heat and your cooling and your. And
it would be. What if they just moved it down and put like a thing there?
What?
Like they just split this thing in half. You know, hopefully, hey, Mr. Musk, if you're listening, you just split it in half.
I don't know that they're gonna adopt your ideas like Glock has. So
I don't know.
I mean, maybe you've had some success with Glock. That looks like your legs. Look at the sweatpants and the shoes. They look like your legs. That looks like you, Tom.
Do I need a Tesla now?
Dude, everybody needs a Tesla.
Oh, shit. But yeah, if they split this thing down right here and put like some sort of like, I don't know, shelf right here.
A shelf?
Move this
What
down.
the fuck do you need a shelf for?
I don't know. Put my phone right up there and stuff.
Well, I think your phone syncs wirelessly. It doesn't have Apple CarPlay, so that's one problem.
Well, I don't know.
But
still.
it syncs wirelessly with Bluetooth.
I bet it has Apple CarPlay. Why wouldn't that thing have Apple CarPlay?
Why would it have Apple CarPlay?
What type of phone do you think Elon Musk has?
That's a good question. I don't know. And I bet you Rogan may have asked him and I don't remember, but I don't know.
Do you think he asked him?
Given his level of involvement in technology and the advancement of mankind with SpaceX and everything, he may have.
He probably either has his own cell phone.
He doesn't have.
Made,
I doubt highly that it has his own cell phone.
but it's on some sort of carrier.
Well, it's got to be on. Yeah, it's got to be on somebody's carrier. Maybe it's on Wing.
I feel like he's made his own cell phone. I bet it's like so advanced. Like, cause look at this. Why wouldn't he be able to make his own phone if he can make this fucking thing?
Like, I don't know. I doubt that. I mean, it's possible. He's got his hands in so many other things. He probably owns a Huawei phone, the Chinese company that the U.S. government's saying you can't have. And he probably just deactivated all their bug equipment that's in there.
Why can't you have it?
Well, for that specific reason.
Because it's awesome?
Well, no, not because it's awesome. This is actually the number 2. It's the number 2 phone supplier in the world after Samsung now. It beat Apple. It's because in China, I don't know that they're necessarily still considered communist. I think that maybe they are. Whatever the case is, the government controls everything and owns everything, which includes private industry, which includes Huawei. So if you as a private company, which you're not a private company, are actually owned by the government, you therefore operate for the government. And if the government says, all right, you're creating all this technology, phones, routers for Wi-Fi systems for businesses and stuff, you're going to go ahead and put in some systems that are going to capture data and information and allow us backdoors into their systems. And Google, because the Huawei phones support Android, if you have I just heard this yesterday, if you have an older Huawei phone in the US, it'll still allow for updates. But if you have a newer Huawei phone, Google will no longer update the OS.
A Huawei.
And that's I want to say that it was on recommendation from the State Department of the United States because they see it as a threat of national security because China is China.
Well, shit.
But in the meantime, all of these fucking things are made in goddamn China. I had to wait for my MacBook to get shipped from China because I ordered it with the matte screen, which isn't even an option anymore. So you know what I mean?
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, I had to wait. It took 2 weeks because they had to build it in China and send it to me because they don't keep...
You like the matte screen?
I love the matte screen. They don't make it anymore.
Why?
Why don't they make it?
No, why don't you like the matte screen? Or why do you like it?
Because if you're doing design and stuff, if you're doing graphic design or video things specifically graphic design, because we're talking about when you're doing stuff that's in print, right? The glossy screen may make the colors richer or darker or more vibrant than they actually are, than they would actually print on paper. And the matte screen reduces that effect. Now, I haven't done any graphic design in a while, but that was one of the intentions I had when I got the computer. But you can't get it with the matte screen anymore. They don't even give it as an option.
That's kind of mind-blowing.
So...
I'm looking at it. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, there's never a glare. There's almost never a glare on it. If it is, it's subdued because it's a matte screen. That's why the bevel is silver rather than black.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's kind of special, a little bit.
That's kind of special.
Special to me.
That's yours.
Special like me. So, yeah, fuck.
Apple products made in China. Still loving them though.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I'm not going to change anytime soon. How does Tesla official? Well, because they're not verified, even though it says Tesla official. That's why.
That's probably like a fan thing.
It's got to be, because that's why there's only 37,000, 38,000 followers. I'm like, I would bet there's got to be way more than that if it's actually really Tesla. It would have to be, yeah. If you go back, I bet you that there's one that's actually got the fucking check mark, because that's not verified.
Come on. I don't have my glasses on.
Gotcha.
I don't have. Oh,
there Tesla you go. Motors. Tesla Motors. There you go. 6.1 million. That makes way more sense. What's the duck? What is that guy?
Oh my god. Oh yeah, but seriously, I want to know what type of phone fucking Elon Musk has. Like, do you think it's an iPhone? I wonder if it's like.
Let's see what that duck does first.
The super advanced iPhone.
And then Google it. Oh, they're just dragging a duck?
All right.
Oh, that was good. For 1.5 million views. Oh. Whoa. Oh, that's kind of funny. All right. That was dumb. So we go to Google, like, what kind of phone does Elon Musk use?
Damn.
An iPhone 7. Oh, well, that's from September 11th, though. 2017.
Okay, well, he's on the iPhone kick. Maybe.
Right, maybe. That's 2 years ago.
All right, let's see this.
Tell you what nobody's using. It's fucking BlackBerry.
Yeah, right.
Nobody's using fucking BlackBerry.
iPhone user. I don't really care.
Tim Cook obviously uses Apple.
What does he pick? Whale's answer. What does he use?
Who's that guy?
An Android. No idea. I don't know who that dude is. Don't know who that guy is.
Well, these are all billionaires, so.
Bill Gates, what phone does he use?
It's better compared. Okay, so I wanted exactly. So, he used to Surface Pro 2. No, does use his iPhone 5S. How old is this article? There's no way these people are still using these fucking phones.
That's kind of mind-blowing.
It's got to be so old. There's no way people are using those phones, though. Anywho, Joe Rogan has one of each. Joe Rogan has a Galaxy something and an iPhone.
Why?
Because he likes one for some things and he likes the other for different things. And the one is like the ghost phone that you give, like, oh, yeah, let me get your number. Oh, yeah, no problem. And you give him like the Android number that you never use.
I don't have two cell phones to do that shit, though.
And then it's like, if it's his real friends, they have the Apple number.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that's brilliant.
I don't know, man. There's people that have like double email addresses. Mark Maron made a joke about it.
I have multiple email addresses.
Yeah.
Specifically to like get around streaming services.
The joke that he made was regarding how everyone was hating on Hillary Clinton going into that election. It's like, oh, what about the email? She deleted the emails. He goes, or maybe she's just a nice old lady who doesn't know how her phone works. He goes, I've done that. He goes, I have two email addresses, one that I want people to have and one I don't want people to have. And then I realized, fuck, I gave that guy the right one. He's got my real email address.
You know shit. I think I want a fake cell phone now. Oh, man.
Just keep that one.
Like, hey, I changed my number. No, I'll just give that phone to the ones I don't want.
What are the budget, like, phone carriers now? Do they still have like Cricket and shit? Does that stuff still exist?
I think Cricket is still
or T-Mobile or whatever. Who are you on?
Verizon. T-Mobile's sick. I want to go on T-Mobile really bad, actually. I've always liked T-Mobile.
Well, T-Mobile got purchased by Verizon, and there was a hack at T-Mobile. It's still T-Mobile, but Verizon owns them. And there was a hack. Remember when...
well, what the fuck? Are you sure?
Remember a couple months ago when Chelsea's phone number got stolen and they started stealing her information and shit?
Yeah.
Because she's on Verizon, and Verizon became part of that hack because of the T-Mobile thing. It could happen to anybody. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen to AT&T, who I'm with. Anybody, you know what I mean? It could always happen. But
I don't remember Verizon got hacked. I have Verizon. I don't remember that shit getting hacked.
Well, I was like, it wasn't everybody, but people who had numbers with Verizon.
I'm sorry for everybody.
They're alluding that the idea is that because of the purchase of T-Mobile
was like always ripping on Verizon too.
Was it T-Mobile or was it? No, it wasn't Virgin. T-Mobile. What's the other one?
Are you sure T-Mobile is owned by Verizon?
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's Boost. Maybe it's Boost Mobile. Maybe Boost got purchased by Verizon. Maybe it wasn't T-Mobile. Probably not T-Mobile. I think I'm wrong in T-Mobile. I'm misspeaking. Verizon bought somebody. The somebody that they bought had a hack that happened.
Yeah.
And people who own Verizon devices, Verizon secured devices, were getting hacked as well.
Well, that stinks.
So maybe not T-Mobile. Maybe it was Boost. That makes more sense. I don't know, man. We're all fucked.
It's been a minute, and I'm kind of impaired.
Yeah, I saw it was red as the devil's dick.
Are they really red?
A little bit.
Oh, shit.
What's that from? That's from
Fuck. Pineapple Express.
Yeah, you're not that bad. You knew what's up.
Yeah.
It's the truancy officer, right? Your eyes are as red as the devil's dick.
No, she's like, I saw those boys back there. Their eyes are as red as the devil's dick. Oh my god, that's a funny one.
And he kicks through the windshield with a fucking Birkenstock on,
and his foot gets stuck.
There's like no way he would have had a lacerated tendon. That's
a good one.
It's a really good movie. It's fucking long. The movie's long because there's that change in the middle where it becomes like when they have all the guns and they go to the barn or whatever, and it's like the actual fucking shootout war. I mean, the tone changes a little bit, not too much, but it definitely gets a bit more violent. And then at the end, it ends up with them just like all fucked up and bloody and gunshot up and just eating in the diner.
No, you shouldn't fall asleep. Or I think that's what they're.
Yeah, Danny McBride. Nah, probably not a good idea if you fall asleep. I put up a video on TikTok yesterday. And some little kid, he must have been like 14, 15. He's got like 6 videos out. Not that I have many. He just goes, first I thought that was Seth Rogen. I'm like, are your eyes okay? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And nothing against Seth Rogen. I'm like, well, we don't look alike. Did you see that? How do you follow him on Twitter?
Yes.
People kept sending him pictures of people that either they said they looked like him or people that were like, oh, my boyfriend or my friend looks like you. And they'd send him a picture and he goes, no, not at all. And it's just like, sometimes there's a little bit of resemblance. Maybe it's a curly hair
that looks like somebody.
You know what I mean? And he's just like, nope. And then one time when it's a guy who like kind of looked a lot like him, he goes, all right, maybe this one. Like,
yeah.
It's just like, I don't sound like him either.
Dude, I've been watching scary movies.
Sorry, go ahead.
Lately speaking, like, I watched Pet Sematary last night, and Alien and shit like that.
You're watching Vegas Vacation. What are you talking about?
Well, just aside from last night. But, okay. Lately, we watched Annabelle.
Yeah, you were telling me about it.
And Us and shit like that. Did we talk about this?
I don't know if we talked about it on the show, but we did touch on it, though, for sure.
Oh. Well, my children insisted on watching fucking Annabelle.
Yes, I do think we did talk about that.
Yeah, that's all they wanted to watch. I'm like, oh my god, fine. So we watch it, and it's actually scary. And I was like, I want to write a movie like why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Why are you going in there? Like, and it's like,
who you're calling them out?
No, but the whole point of the movie, the character's like,
didn't they do that?
So fucking.
Didn't they
scary.
do that in Scream? It's like. And in every horror movie, the girl always runs up the stairs when the murderer comes in the house. And I'm like, yeah, idiot, what are you running up the stairs for?
But that's the whole point of the movie. It's like, it gets to that point. It's just the whole skit is the scene of like the scary part where they're about to do that. But the character's like, fuck this, and runs away, and there's no scary movie. That's it. Like, I want the skits to be what you would do.
I don't know if I told you this idea. I think I put it in my phone, and I don't think I ever talked about it to anybody, but I had an idea for a movie will typically carry a tone, right? Mm-hmm. There's a coloration to the film. There's a tone to the movie. There's a grittiness. When there's a consistency, when it's a well-made movie, whether it's happy, sad, funny, scary, whatever, it's well done in that respect, right? There's a consistency to it. There's a feel to it, right? There's a coloration to the film that adds a certain something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if it's a gloomy feel or if there's more yellows or whatever. And so I imagined this scenario in which there was a movie where there's basically this and it's like a crossover kind of thing, right?
It's like a VHS tape.
No, not like that. But there's a crossover point where it happens where, like, you know how sometimes they'll do movies and the two movies will intersect at some point in their own movie and then continue on and it's two separate films. Like, I didn't see any of the new Avengers stuff or any of that, but like if all of a sudden Guardians of the because they've done that in like cartoons before.
Yeah.
So you know, like I can't think of an instance off the top of my head, but it'll be like fucking I don't know. Fuck my life. It'll be say it was like, and it didn't happen this way. The Simpsons Family Guy crossover didn't happen this way, but say both have their own episode, and at some point in the episode for each individual one is that moment where they meet each other, and it's the same moment in both the shows, and then continues on.
Oh, okay.
So like there's this like and then boom, and then so that idea. So my idea was this: is there's this dark force that's happening. It's this demonstrative sort of powerful being. It's some sort of godlike creature or something, right? Mm-hmm. Just this immeasurably, you can't destroy it, whatever. Its one weakness can't be exposed. They can't, and if they expose what it is, they can't seem to execute on it, whatever. And they're just going through and just like, it's melee and mayhem. They're destroying people, blowing up worlds. And all of a sudden, like a dude walks out of it's like they're in New York for some reason, and some guy just walks out of a convenience store, and the guy's about to kill him, and he's like, oh fuck, and he pulls his gun and he shoots him, boom, and then the guy's dead, and that's the end of the movie. And then all of a sudden the coloration changes, and he's like, fuck, that was crazy, to his girlfriend, and they just walk off. The whole movie is this arc of this thing, and you think it's just gonna end like Cloverfield. You ever see Cloverfield?
Yes.
How it ends, and it's just like you feel empty inside.
Yeah. Except
that instead of them dying, the thing gets fucking. One of the characters has been chased the whole time. Not even. I think in my and I wrote it out, and it's in that fucking phone.
I have to see.
Let's even just say that it's just a really bad person. It's a guy who's like a not Qui-Gon Jinn, but the other guy that he played, from Batman, that Liam Neeson played in the first one.
Ra's al Ghul,
right? So just, you know, not that he was necessarily a bad dude, but, you know, he was an anarchist and shit like that.
Yeah.
He's just walking through, just like straight up jacking people, and then he walks past this dude, and the guy says, "Oh fuck," thinking he was gonna get killed, and then he just bang and shoots him, and the guy's just fucking dead, and that's just the end of the terror reign.
Oh, and
then it's just like, oh fuck, that was crazy, and then the two just walk off, and it's just like, oh my god, like just weird.
Just like ending Michael Myers with one shot to the head.
Yeah, just something like and it's not even a dramatic shot. It's not even it's all right. Shit. It's not ending up on there. It's this box I think shot.
Ooh.
But it's not even ending up on there.
That's funny though. I get it.
It's like
just like super short.
Yeah, it's not even a dramatic like boo, the head explodes. It's like bang, he's just dead. Just Always Sunny. Do you ever see the episode of Country Mac? It's Sean William Scott.
Yeah.
He's riding off on his motorcycle, falls over. It seems innocuous. He's dead because he hit his head because he wasn't wearing a helmet. That kind of thing where it's just like, but leading up to that was this reign of terror of some horrible like Joker-like character or something. I did not do a good job of explaining the concept, but I think you get the idea now. Yeah. It's just this dark sort of, here's this menacing individual. And this guy's like, holy shit, bang. Fuck, that was crazy. And then he just walks away.
I feel like there are some of like the very climax of the movie, and like they finally kill the monster or whatever, and the monster's about to like go up, and then there's just like trucks. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That happened at the end of what the hell is that movie called? I don't want to ruin it for anybody. Never mind.
But I know exactly that scenario. It's like and something, you know, a bus whizzes by and that guy's fucking dead all of a sudden, you know, that kind of thing.
But yeah, I was like watching Pet Sematary. I was like, why? Fuck this. I'm like, I'm out. I'm just going to bury the cat here and not listen to this old dude.
And that's why I feel like my idea just dies here, because I'll never be able to write. If anyone wants to take a stab at it, cool. And just say, hey, this guy said it. I don't want any money. I just think we go, oh, fuck, that was on my show. Like
a scary movie that's almost scary. The whole movie is a dude avoiding all the scary. And he's just like, why don't we bury your cat over there? No, we'll go right here. We're fine. We'll go right here. And then like
that's you. It's a cat. There's a dumpster. And just throw it in the fucking trash.
It's a cat. That's too funny. Just hit by a car.
It's like behind a Chinese food restaurant.
Oh shit!
I'm kidding. It's a fucking joke. Oh Jesus, that's terrible. I'm gonna get in trouble. Well,
they did that themselves.
There was that rumor.
It's on tape. It's on.
But that was, you're talking about the one here?
I wouldn't doubt at all.
No, because there was a place like in this area that, like from a year or two ago, that they were saying that. And again, it's always how do you confirm and shit. But I don't know if you were referencing that one.
No, I saw a bunch of videos of Chinese restaurants capturing like birds from outside on the street and live animals, and they're going wild and stuff like that.
I mean, as long as you cook it to 165 and kill the bacteria.
I don't know. And then they were going in the sewers to get oil.
Yeah, that's the thing that.
What the fuck?
That's the thing that I'm like, get the fuck out of here with that.
No thanks. That's pretty gross, but I do want red pepper. Have you ever had red pepper? Chinese food?
Not in a long time.
Oh man, I really could go for some.
Which location do you go to?
There's 2 of them.
Exactly. Where is it, rather?
Maple.
It's moved around then. Wait, Maple, what, near Tops?
Yeah, like, it was next to that, like, card shop.
Yeah, like, and that little spot right next to, like, Denny's?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there used to be one, like, in Kenmore, too, I think.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But I've always just gone to the one on Maple Road. Is that Maple, right?
Yeah, that's Maple.
Nah.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's near my parents. Well, it's near your
yeah.
We're just narrowing down the neighborhoods. This girl that worked with me at the one restaurant up until a couple weeks ago, she just went back to school, or went off to school rather. She's 17, maybe 18. Sweet girl, no brain in her head, just like probably from being sheltered, I would bet. But whatever the case, she's just like, "Oh, you have a podcast?" I'm like, "Yeah," and she goes, "What is it?" I tell her, "It's the Apartment 83 podcast." She goes, "Is that your apartment address?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "Why would you do that? People could find you." I'm like, how many fucking apartments there are in Western New York? Okay, I'm in Buffalo. Let's narrow that down. That's still a lot. She goes, well, how many that, would have those numbers and letter combinations? I said, any number. Nobody's coming after me.
In my apartment building.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
I do think I have narrowed down exactly the street, the intersection where this building is too many times, though.
But have we talked about it, though? Like, just like straight up giving it?
No, but if you wanted to, and you were that much of a psycho and wanted to piece it together, you could listen to 52 episodes.
I'm gonna get that motherfucker
and
back.
You could figure out where it is.
I'm gonna go through his podcast, figure out.
It's not so good.
What?
The whole idea that it is possible.
That would suck.
There's this one audio on TikTok where it's like, I thought it was gonna be a good idea at first. No. It's so bad. Wrong password. Moving forward, this show is actually going to come out on Wednesdays now. We're going to switch over to having it go up on Wednesday so it can come out at a consistent time. We have a tendency to record on Tuesdays, so I want to make sure I can get the production and shit done and not have to rush it. So it's like coming out at midnight or like 11:30 on a Tuesday, because then, you guys are like, what? I'm not going to listen to this now. Fuck you. And then like you forget about it.
Ciao Wednesday.
So Wednesday is at probably noon. 11 o'clock noon, somewhere in there. Maybe not too late in the day. Maybe right before lunchtime, so you get that bing bing on your phone. Oh shit, a new Apartment 83 podcast. I can listen to this while eating my lunch.
Or
that too, yeah. That's just my elbow crunching on the table. That's gross.
I thought you were rolling your hand.
No, that's
a pan. Rolling your pan. Yeah, why are you doing that?
That's not my elbow that hurts. It's the noise that's making me feel gross. What else is new, Tom?
Kicking. Living the dream.
Living the dream.
No, I'm not living the dream at all. I'm actually enjoying myself.
So that's the reason Tom says that. I brought it up to him. There's a number of memes and different like Instagram videos and specifically TikToks I've seen where it's somebody going, if you ask somebody, like specifically a white male, like, how you doing, man? Like, and their response is living the dream. That's a cry for help. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
I guess so. But I'm just kicking.
Yeah. So he said that when he came in. I'm like, how you doing, man? He's living the dream. I'm like,
I didn't say that.
You sure?
I definitely did
Am
not
I making
say
this up?
Mm-hmm.
What did you say? No, you were feeling good is what it was.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm feeling good.
Feeling pretty good.
Yeah. He goes, which is weird. And I said, yeah, that is kind of strange. And that's when I go, normally we're just living the dream. Then I explain to him the meme.
Yeah.
All right. I figured I'd bring it around back to, I stopped taking that Alpha Brain forever ago.
The fun drug.
Alpha Brain. I need something from my brain. My brain's not doing so well these days, guys. It's not so good these days, guys.
Not so good. It's good for you.
Check out my terrible videos on TikTok. It's Nick Too Late 10 on TikTok. Tom, I think, is on there.
I am on there, but I never fucking use it.
But he's like shadowed on there. I still download the videos and just text them to him. I do that with him, with my daughter, and a couple of my friends who I follow and follow me on TikTok, and nobody ever responds to me about them. Once in a while, Tom will send back a single smiley laughy face. I've sent him 4 videos.
No way, that's so funny. Why are you telling people my business? So Sean, he is so funny though.
That kid is good.
Yeah, they're both hilarious.
I think he did a better job acting than the dad, and the dad did a good job. Like
they're both funny.
It felt like something that would be on like an ABC sitcom, but not shitty.
Yeah,
you know
they should
what I mean?
do whole YouTube episodes.
Like, it was really, I didn't, and it was, so it's obviously the way that I see it's captured from something, and somebody on TikTok put it up. It's not their content.
Yeah,
because when I clicked on that guy's thing, it's some like 18-year-old white kid. So I'm like, all right,
oh my
whatever.
God.
And the thing I have a problem with that is if you're going to do it, that's fine. But then like give credit.
Yeah.
You know, hashtag this show or whatever the network is. That just bothers me. But
he's so mad at us. He's like, why are you telling people my business? What the fuck?
Why did you tell people gotta buy new bags? I'm showing them the
That is so funny.
Because if you saw the size of the lady that came out of there. It's like, holy shit. And the kid's delivery was impeccable. Yeah. The timing was just great.
I wonder how they do that shit.
The acting. The kid's got to be an actor. And if he doesn't,
they definitely rehearse.
They rehearse the fuck out of that because there's no size. He doesn't have any pages in front of him. It's an organic moment that so doesn't ever happen. But the kid's delivery is so fucking good.
Yeah,
I should repost that as a duet to my TikTok so people can see it.
A duet.
Yeah, do you know what that is? The duet. Yeah. So I don't know. There's a lot of
let's do it.
I put Nick down for bed last night at 9:00. I laid out on my bed for a second. I wait till he falls asleep. I usually take a picture of the monitor and send it to his mom. And I'm waiting. It's 10:30. What the fuck have I been doing for an hour and a half? Oh shit, he's asleep. Okay. It happens to me all the time.
Just hanging out on.
Because like the thing was, it was Instagram prior. And I know everybody does this, so don't go judging me. Y'all sit on the toilet, you whip out your phone, and that's why bowel movements take so much longer these days, because motherfuckers on their phone. That includes me. And it used to be Instagram. And eventually you just kind of run out of stuff. Mm-hmm. You never run out of TikTok. Ever run out of TikTok. Never run out of TikTok. I don't know,
you're still pretty... How long have you been on Instagram, though?
As long as the show, over a year.
Really? You've only had an Instagram? I've had an Instagram for a while.
Yeah, I just wasn't interested. I'm like, what do I need it for? I don't take pictures of myself. I don't like me. And then I'm like, I wanted it to promote the show, and now... I like, did I send you the TikTok I took yesterday of Nick and I at the park?
I don't think so.
So we're at Delaware Park and we're doing the loop, right? I've got Nick in the stroller.
See. What is it? Nick Too Late 10?
Nick Too Late 10. Yeah. Actually, can you pull it up on a computer?
I don't know.
See if you can, because it would be really funny. I don't think you have to log in. Maybe you do. I don't know. Just Google Nick Too Late 10 TikTok on the computer and see if it comes up. Oh, maybe not. Oh, that's me. That is me. Holy shit, that's fucking crazy. Wait, go back. Is it right? That's insane. Wait, no. Click on the more images one. Right, just the link right below my face.
This one?
No, this link. What do you?
No, that one?
No. Right. Stop. Right. You're being a dick. Fucker.
You know what I wanted you to tell everybody that you were a fan of Apple CarPlay. So he you listen to your text messages through.
I do.
Did that work?
It did. I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? And then I realized that you were...
That is so funny.
The lyrics from...
Bloodhound Gang.
The Bloodhound Gang song.
The whole verse to it. Or maybe it was half of it.
It was like half the song.
That thing is pretty long.
Yeah.
I don't know. That is really funny.
That was really funny. Because it's like, oh, this is all coming through on Siri. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, a minute goes by. You have a message from Tommy. I click the thing. And it's just like, yeah, baby. Yeah, whatever the words are.
Sweat, baby.
And I'm like, what the fuck is he talking? And then it continues to go. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. I was laughing. Nicholas had no idea why. No, but click on.
Oh, Nick was in the car.
Yeah.
Shit.
Click on the. Go back to where you were before
you were fucking
with me.
I'm not trying to be a dick.
All right, more images.
This one?
No,
more images.
That one there. Yeah, because So that wasn't Disney. That's me on the toilet talking to Gary V.
Oh my God! Why is that on?
That's me eating jelly beans. Where's my? It's a new one. It's got like 1,100 views.
Really?
Yeah. See if you can go to TikTok. Just go to see if you can pull up the actual TikTok. Wait, actually, wasn't that it?
Right. Where?
Right here.
That?
No, that's images. Just actually that. The channel's videos right here. Oh, Easter candy TikTok. And there's me. All right, that's for the show.
Play TikTok. Why is it play TikTok?
I don't know. Is that all that's on there? God damn it. So anyway, that's annoying. If you want to pull it up on your phone, you can. You can play the audio, I guess. I wonder if there's like a desktop app for it. Yeah, there's because I talked about Play-Doh, so I'm tagged in the Play-Doh one, Easter candy. That's funny.
I can't see.
What? Anyway, while I'm ruining this bit.
Okay.
It should be the last thing that I posted. Hey, TikTok, so put it by the mic.
This?
Yeah.
Young champion that he is. I decided today was one of the last nice days of summer in Buffalo, so we're going for a walk in Delaware Park, and as we're walking the circle around Delaware Park, we come up behind a young African-American woman with a large rear and some stretch pants, and this kid throws the top of his stroller back and just stares at her butt as we walk. I didn't teach him that. How are you feeling about our outing today? Good times?
Is this a second?
This is all part of it.
Very proud. Say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
That's her. Sorry. Hey, TikTok.
So we're walking around the circle.
Oh my God.
And there's a young black woman, beautiful, large rear, in like stretched tight, whatever. And I'm walking way faster than her. She's on the phone talking to her friend or whatever. Mm-hmm. He throws the thing back and just does this.
Oh my God.
As we walk by, and it's not like when you're in a car, you're just kind of you move past the person. It's like a slow move past, not on purpose. It's just my pace versus hers. And he's just like, and then when he realized it was done, he just went and put the hood back up.
Oh my God!
I was like, oh my God! And I didn't teach him that. It's not as I don't. He's 2.5. I don't. It's just like, sorry, Chell.
That's pretty funny.
Sorry. I mean, it is what it is. That's just, you can't be mad. He's 2. But I felt it necessary to share that, though.
That is pretty funny.
So, yeah, Nick Julie 10 on TikTok. I'll be promoting the show there as well. The show's going to be coming out on Wednesdays instead of Tuesdays. And, there was something else I wanted to talk about. There always is. I'm very bad at preparing for this thing. I want it to be organic. You know what I mean? I don't want to go by a script, and then I realize there's shit that I wanted to talk about and I forget about.
Why don't we sort of talk about the things? I've been so busy this weird week and shit like that. I've kind of lost track and
with the kid, with everybody going back to school and stuff, like we moved.
That's what I mean.
That was one of the things. We moved Paige back to school on Saturday. Oh yeah, so that's kind of neat. And I don't know exactly how this works, but it's kind of like that the myth of if you're in school and you're dorming and your roommate kills themselves, like they commit suicide, you get a 4.0 for the semester or whatever. So that's not the scenario. The scenario is we move her into a room. In the last 2 years, when she's been moved into her room, the other person was already there. And we leave pretty early, but the other person from wherever they're coming, and it's been 2 different girls. They're already there. They're already moved in. Either they're in there finishing up, or like last year, the girl had already moved in fully. Everything was set up, and she was outside doing whatever. And we only got there maybe an hour after the move-in started. So I don't know. I don't think I'd never even met that girl.
Damn.
I said to her, but she had been corresponding in email with the girl the year before to say, hey, blah, 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 just to get an idea about who she's going to be in the room with. But I never met this person. So as we're moving her in, we open the door and there's nobody in the room. And the room was a little smaller than last year, but it's still an okay size, I guess. I said, you do have any idea who you're rooming with this year? She goes, actually, I have no idea who it is. It gets to like 3 o'clock, move-ins till 5. It gets to like 3 o'clock, 3:30, and she's like, no sign of this person. I'm like, oh shit. And she's like, well, yeah, I mean, no, she can still move in tomorrow too. But, you know, but it's probably if she doesn't move in by tomorrow, she might not be coming. And I'm like, so you might have this whole room to yourself for at least a semester? She goes, possibly. No one's moved in yet. She's got the storeroom to herself.
Good for her.
And I said, do you want me to bring the TV? I'll bring you a TV. You can actually watch it now. There were kids moving in with 65-inch flat screens.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, what the fuck? And they must have been freshmen because they were in a building adjacent to her dorm. I'm like, what the fuck are you thinking?
Hang on that little.
What are you thinking? One, that's okay as a person, because then if you're sharing it with room, with, like, unless the dude is, you know, into video games like you are, which fine, whatever, and I'm not. That's cool. But as a parent, you're okay with them bringing a 65-inch flat screen TV
to a dorm?
Probably as a freshman. Where likely if you're allowing them to do that, you have the money that you're probably paying for most of their education. So that $25,000 a year, which is what it costs there to dorm and for the school year, you're okay with that, with them just playing Xbox the whole time on a 65-inch fucking television?
In a little ass fucking room.
So Paige goes, well, you know, if they have a suite, they have that middle room. Because I saw a couch, like a full fucking couch sitting like in a different spot.
They do have that middle room, probably.
If they have a suite, yeah. Because they have the two rooms on either side, which is two people, and then the room that they share in the middle. Mm-hmm. Which usually sucks with that because they only have one combined shared bathroom for 4 people. But on the floors, it's different. But the girls' room is right across the hall from Paige's room, so she's right there. So that's pretty decent. But I'm just looking at the stuff going, are you guys out of your mind? Like, it was a fight the first year with Paige's mom to allow her to bring her Xbox, which I think she brought home at break for Christmas anyway.
Grandma,
what do you want? He already gave you money.
Grandma.
He already brought you the scratch. Just go to the casino like everybody else.
I don't know. She plays the Powerball.
Powerball hasn't been up over 200 million in a while. And that's why I know that, because that's when I play it. And like, because that's my thing, right? If you're going to take, I'm going to go ahead and say, if I win it by myself and it's over 200 million, and they take half, which is actually not as much as they normally take, but it's close. It's still $100 million.
Right.
Plus, if I'm going to throw in 10, 20 bucks into the pot, given that I'm poor, I'm going to wait until it's like, okay, this might be worth it. When it gets to $500 million, when it got to $1.5 billion a few years back, I was like, here's 40 bucks. I don't have it. Just the chance to be one of 8 people that possibly wins this pot and splits it, it's enough that I'll never have to work again. That'd be great. The show could go on forever. I could live stream 24 hours a day. You could just watch me sleep, some of it.
That is so funny. You can watch me sleep, some of it.
Nobody wants to see that shit. Although, that would be a different channel. It would be a paywall.
There are some streamers that have forgot that they were streaming live and like...
Yeah, we've talked about that. And they have a little self-care time.
Yeah.
And then they get kicked off the platform.
Self-care time.
Some changes will be coming, but here's the thing, guys. I wanted to, and I wanted Tom to as well, spend as much time with our kids as we could during the summer to enjoy that time. That's why the schedule was a little chaotic. But now that everybody's back to school, basically...
We got Halloween specials coming up.
Oh, we got some shit.
The fucking Thanksgiving special, the fucking New Year's
There's just
going to
be a turkey sitting in the middle of the table, maybe.
What else? What other holidays? I think I just named them all.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah,
Easter.
Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas, Easter. Those are the majors.
Yeah.
But New Year's. Even, obviously, if we don't have a show on New Year's, we'll put one.
Maybe we will.
What's the calendar look like? When's the first fall?
Oh, let's do it right here.
Just so I have an idea, because I haven't thought that far forward, and I should have.
Do I keep going?
Yeah. I want to know what September 1st or January 1st is. When does New Year's actually fall? Is that the new season?
Oh yeah. That's
great for all you people with cable.
It's on Hulu and shit.
Not the new ones. They wait to post the season. They post the season in its entirety. So when is January 1st? When is New Year's Eve? December 31st.
Wednesday.
Perfect.
Oh, shit.
Perfect.
Oh,
perfect.
Shit.
There we go. All right.
New Year's Eve. Oh, man. So does that mean that like noon? Do you know what I'm talking about?
On New Year's Day, probably like 2 o'clock in the afternoon when everyone wakes up from the hangover.
New Year's Eve.
We could release it on because we were going to move to Wednesdays, but we could do the New Year's Eve show.
Well, we'll film on. We're filming.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Too perfect.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be.
So we're filming December 31st, and for New Year's Eve.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, and we'll if we have to bump one of the other shows to a later time.
Technically, New Year's is this line.
Technically, we look at a calendar. The next day starts at that line.
It's kind of weird.
Awesome. All right, everybody. Apartment83pod.com, Apartment83 podcast on Twitter, Nick Too Late on Instagram, Nick Too Late 10 on TikTok. Talk about Tiger Jacket real quick.
It's a project I'm working on.
So he's making jackets for tigers.
Yes.
Tom wants to get into the fashion industry for animals.
Just a little bit of a music project.
They are difficult to work with to get them in there, but once they have them on, they feel much more confident in themselves, for a big cat.
For a big cat.
Mr. Grinch. I don't know why that's where it sounded like it was going.
I think it was kind of.
Tommy's got a new music project he's working on. We're working on stuff over here. Gary V, I see you on TikTok, brother. I see you.
He loves TikTok.
I see you. I'm disgusted that I'm addicted, but it's good.
I'm talking about Gary V too.
Oh, he does. Yeah, he's embraced it. He's embraced it more.
You should be on TikTok.
I've been watching this stuff, and I'm just like, but he's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong.
Because here's the lifeline. Because he there was a video that he just put out. It said, okay, I was an early adopter to Facebook, to Instagram, to Twitter, to LinkedIn, and he named one other thing. Now obviously to TikTok. He goes, I was an early, and those are all successful.
Is LinkedIn a thing?
Yeah.
Is it a good thing?
It's more of like a business interaction sort of Rolodex building kind of thing. But yes, when it comes to that, it might not be a bad thing for us to throw our hats into. Who knows? Nobody, We have a smaller market. The people that like the show, we love you guys. Those that don't know about the show, you might like the show.
We love you too.
But then he went at he goes peach, and then he named like a bunch of other things that never really took off. But he was an early adopter to that too. And that's when he was talking about people. He goes, I make quick decisions. He goes, because I never judge myself if I fail. Because people are looking for they're looking for that 10-1. Like I put in 10 things and only one of them failed. He goes, I want I think he said, I want 97-63. He goes, you know what I mean? He goes, throw it out all at the sea, see what happens. If I'm successful, great. If I'm not, I'm not going to judge myself for not being successful there. It's a little bit different because for him, it's just time as opposed to, product or where you're directing dollars and stuff. I mean, he has a bit of money to move for those things, but most of his stuff was organic anyway. But, really big with the TikTok thing. And I figure, like he said, Facebook,
you're killing it
Instagram, Facebook,
and
Instagram,
it's a
Twitter.
Nice fresh start.
They all started as it's just something for kids. Well, we'll see what happens. Because at least because Vine doesn't exist. Although again, I think I heard that somebody said they were bringing back Vine, but I think at this point TikTok's at a beat. You can just put out funny shit. I think it speaks as well to what we do as Instagram does, at the very least.
Yeah.
A little bit more of our toilet humor. And that's a hashtag I use a lot in my posts. Toilet humor.
My daughter is on TikTok. It's so funny.
Why?
It's ridiculous. I don't know.
Avy?
Cece.
Your 6-year-old?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. I don't like it. But it's pretty funny watching it.
Does she just make slime and stuff? Or?
Yeah, she makes slime and she's like, well, here's a prank I'm going to pull on my sister. There's no hot sauce and ketchup in this drink, Avy. Here. Do you know what I mean? It's just super
a really
funny.
blatantly
yeah.
No, there's no way there's stuff in here you never want to drink.
It's
wink,
so
wink at the
funny.
camera. You know what? That's wholesome.
That type of shit. And she's like, this is me brushing my teeth in 60 seconds. And then it's her going as fast as she can.
Does she use hashtag wholesome content?
I don't know.
She should. Just don't tell her Uncle Nick said that, but she could blow up with that kind of stuff.
But you're like,
but then it gets the creeper stuff because she's 6 and there's 50-year-olds on there going, And I don't know that they're usually looking at the teenagers from the things that I've seen where it's just oh God, just leave these kids alone. That's the thing that does bother me about it. But if you subtract that out, there's some people who are and it's mostly guys, honestly, who are kids in high school who are some of the biggest content creators for TikTok. And they have some really genuinely funny stuff.
Yeah.
But then they'll see some ignorant ass shit too. And it's just guys, you missed the mark on this.
Can you comment on stuff on TikTok?
You can comment I think it's up to 180 characters.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So the number of characters that you have to put in for your description, which does include if you use hashtags, it just maxes out, is the same number that you can use for your comments. But you can leave as many comments as you want. But you'd have to be really good at leaving a common thread for them to see that it's you on the same thing. So
I don't like TikTok.
Yeah. He likes it even less now that he knows there's comments.
Oh, shit.
I honestly don't think it's any, for what she's doing, like jokes and whatever, it's no worse than YouTube. And it's way easier to do because you can just post from your phone super easy.
How does it show you if there are comments?
You can block comments too. You can actually just make a post that doesn't allow comments. You can disallow duetting. You can disallow them from using your audio if you just want to post.
Sorry, she's a nut. I'll figure it out.
We'll talk afterwards. All right, everybody. It's been great. It's been good. It's been wonderful. I feel good. I feel great. I feel wonderful.
Yep.
That's from What About Bob, right?
I don't think I've actually seen that.
Get the fuck out of here. All right, I know what we're doing after this. Do we just end the podcast?